Hello everybody, welcome to a Bleach Mobile 3D video. I don't make many of those, or these rather. Today we got an event unlocked for the groups, so group associations, or basically it's like a guild war, association brawl, I think it's what it's called in the English version. And none of my teammates in my region in South America had a clue what it was, nor did I. So we were going into this event pretty much blind. We didn't know what the hell to expect. And here, like, as you can see, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, what's the difference between these places? And trying to figure out what the hell was going on. So, okay, eventually you just click on a place and try to enter battle, which we had to click on a region and then click on a spawn point. And we look like here, we look like squids for some reason, because the game sometimes does this. I used to think that it was because of my ping, because I'm playing on a South American version and I'm in UK, but I have been told by players who play in the EU region and are from the EU that this happens to them as well. Not just in this event, but in other events. So there's nothing really new there, but if you haven't seen that in previous videos, then that's literally what's going on. And we only had, like, this is a guild war, and we only had 2 people online. Which was me and Aniele. And Aniele is much stronger than me, and she couldn't enter, so I thought, okay, maybe I'll refresh the game. So I restarted the game and got back into it. It was half an hour to enter this event, so it's, you know, it's whatever. And we entered there, and like we had 2 points there. At the time I didn't know what the hell that was, but we're back to the screen where we have to choose where to go, and I'm still confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. Eventually chose a place and gone for the battle. Yeah, go here. Hope to get somewhere. I see some enemies there, and then as I get closer I see many enemies, and I kinda know that I'm good, so I'm just gonna release as many moves as I can before I die. And we got killed by Ottavio. Back to the loading screen / dev screen. And like, you've got 0, 20, I don't know what's going on. At the bottom there, like on field 3, we have 3, but at the time I didn't know, and now it's gone down to 2, but I didn't know. I didn't understand the game. So it's kind of easier for me to go over what was happening at the time, now that I'm commentating over it. But yeah, at the time I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what the hell was happening. Chose a field to the spawn point, and immediately we died. And this happened many more times. I suspect I will cut most of those bits out, but yeah, we're there. We haven't got nothing. Well, we haven't got nothing. I mean, we've got nothing. And you can see in the ranked of the associations there, we are 4th place. There's no one below us with any points, so. But still, I'm trying to figure out how the game works. And that's when I realized what it meant. It's like, oh, the green is... The green means players from our association. So, okay, cool. So I was trying to aim for places where we had group members. But like I said before, we only had 2 members online, me and another one. That did change throughout the event. I think at one point there were 4 of us on, but it was just too late and nobody knew what the hell they were doing. I'm going here with my Squid Eisen. This is more advanced than the final form Eisen. This is the final form Squid Eisen. So super strong, obviously. Trying to go on, trying to see what's going on, and Aniele managed to start the event. And then I was thinking, like, I think, do we have, I think the translation for that was, do we have to go to the same zone? And because I didn't know, I was still learning the event, and literally saying there, I don't understand. That's what you get for playing an event for the first time on these gacha games that more often than not don't actually tell you how the event works. So spawn again, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna try and find a place where there's nobody. And there was actually nobody. At the time I didn't realize it, but there was no one on that flag. So I could have tried to manage that. I thought, okay, going to the middle, is the middle what is important, and I got killed by Air Mac, which is far stronger than I am anyway. But trying to go back in, because this is what I do on video games. You try to figure out what's going on. You don't understand, you just enter the event and you just keep, if you've got a chance to keep retrying until you figure out what's happening. That's what I was going for, because that's what we do as gamers, whether it's crappy games like these or actual games. You die and then you revive and you go back in and you try to figure out what happened. So another revive here, knowing that I had one character there and trying to revive. I was like, oh shit, I didn't select the place. And I revived. I could see the green dot there on the screen, so there was somebody in front of me. I tried to help them, but I'm just too weak, and then they died as well. So I couldn't quite see there, but I don't think that was. I don't think there was any that was Adara or Aldara. I mean, both of us were pretty weak. We didn't stand much of a chance. So obviously we died, and back again to the spawn and select entry and select the field to go on. And these fields are based on how many people are online playing the event. If you've got more people, then other fields will unlock. They literally say to you on screen, the next field will unlock whenever how many players are on. It's kind of cool, to be fair. You don't want many fields open if there aren't enough players. The other issue though is this game is pay to win, so you're kind of stuck with an association. On pay to win games, more often than not, everybody tends to group together. So one association will normally have the advantage over everybody else. And back to the loading screen, not the loading screen, but the selecting screen. And we gotta wait for the cooldown to go, and I hate cooldowns. I absolutely hate cooldowns. I'm not sure there's a need for a cooldown on this event, but you know, whatever. We can debate that another time, or let me know down in the comments if you believe that there should be a cooldown on this event. Because in my opinion, when there aren't enough players, then you know there shouldn't be. So here I went straight ahead, and this is when I started to realize how the game works. So I got this spot, and you have to go down. So it's effectively a domination / capture the flag kind of event, with guilds involved. So got it down to 0. So you gotta take the domination score, bring it down to 0, and then rank up your domination points, or however you might want to call them. Which I managed to do it here by some crazy reason, because there's only one dominating group here, Projeção, I think that's what they're called, and that's the strongest group, and they have asked me many times to join. But what is the fun in joining the group that dominates everything? Personally, I don't see the point. So I got this point and I was like, okay, what do I do now? I still didn't really know. Do I stay here unprotected? Do I gain more points by staying here? Does my guild earn more points if I stay here? Which obviously is not the case. But I still tried it anyway. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, so I just hung up there. And eventually I was, as you do in a video game, you get bored of standing in the same place. So I decided to venture out. Very soon you'll see that, and that didn't work out very well, because I came across the strongest player. I say that here, I get Onuma, the strongest player in our server merge. So get absolutely destroyed, don't really do any damage on him. He's the #1 on the ranks, as you probably have seen from previous videos. But at that point, at least I had learned something. I kind of, you know, I knew something. Which is good, you know, you're making progress. Yes, you're getting wrecked, but you're learning something about the game. And here I was just waiting. I could see there's one of my teammates on the field, so I'm waiting to revive and hope that I can catch up to them. But then they died. I was like, shit, do I still go there or do I change field? Do I go elsewhere? You know what you do? I wait a little bit, I don't see anybody pop up, and I did this on a few occasions, and eventually you just gotta go back into the battlefield. Trying to run away, he's like, oh god, no, there's no shit, there's people. Yeah, just can't get away. I'm much weaker than most of these people. So back out and try again. That's just how it is. At this point there were 272 points above, as we've got 0 because we're not holding any flags. And you can see they just control all the flags. It's like, it doesn't tell me which group controls them, it just says enemy controls them, which is kind of fair enough, I guess. If you control them, you got them in green. If you don't control them, it really doesn't matter. But yeah. And then trying to pick. The other issue that I had was trying to pick a region, not a region, but a place, a spawn point that was close to a flag or a capture point that was not taken. But by the time that I spawned, even though it takes about 5-10 seconds, maybe 5ish seconds I guess, by the time I spawned, that position is taken, and that happened time and time again. Which doesn't really help. Now I know I'm in UK and I'm playing on South American servers, so that obviously has an impact. But it's still a little bit frustrating. And here I was like, oh, going that flag down there is not taken because I can see those red flames coming out of it. But I can't reach there because I'm getting absolutely destroyed. I'm in the middle of like 4 players that are, you know, all of them are stronger than me for the most part. And here, like, this area was quite nice here. So at one point we had only 2 areas taken, but as you can see they were just taking them so quick. Because Project is the strongest by miles. You just don't stand a chance against them. There are players in other groups that on a 1v1 fight can stand against them. But on an event like this, they just don't, because they don't have the overall power. You don't, even if you have a major well, like the strongest players here are over 200 million Ryatsu or 200 million SP, whatever you want to call it. But they cannot hold a battlefield by themselves. They cannot win this event by themselves. Absolutely, there's all shit going on, trying to do something here on this flag, but I can't do anything. I'm calling it flag, but you call it whatever. It's like a domination point / capture the flag / freaking holding points for your group. The idea is not bad. I like the idea of this, but like many other things that this game does, like the idea is okay, but it cannot be implemented on a game that is pay to win. This type of event will work fine on a Call of Duty match, will work fine on even Battlefield. Maybe not the last one, because you know, 2042 has its issues, but it's so many other games that this idea will work absolutely fine. It's great. I like to see that you've got various fields depending on how many players are online, and you've got different domination capture points within those fields, within those areas. That's pretty damn good. But on a pay-to-win game, that will never work, because the players that pay the most will get the most players into their group, and they will dominate the place. They probably do this in the hope that players will spend for compete, but that's not how it works. That's not how people see these games. You have a few wells spending, but the wells just come together, because there's no one else to fight against, and they will just dominate the game. It doesn't matter what events they come out. Once your game is by definition a pay-to-win game, for the most part, there is no way out. That's how the games will end up. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.